welcome to the channel, baby. Say hi. Oh, tight boy. Making this video with a puppy is going to be super challenging, isn't it? But I'm gonna try. Apologies for my look. I haven't slept properly in 4 or 5 days now. I thought we would make a video this week based on things no one really tells you when running your own business or about starting your own business, things that you don't realise until you're in the middle of running your own business and will be useful to know before you start. Since running my own business, CoconuTacha, a little stationery shop on Etsy, I have learned many things over the years, and most of these things are things that I didn't think about before starting. So things like there's taxes and different taxes involved and how you pay them and how you pay them back, materials and packaging and how much things cost, and the amount of alone time. If you live by yourself or you work by yourself in an office, there's a lot of alone time. Managing your finances, creating websites and coding and everything like that. So let's get into it. So the first one I think that everyone gets confused about is taxes and how to pay them, how to work them out. I got myself an accountant and I really recommend that you do the same if you're not really good at maths or maths is not your strong point or you don't feel confident. I kind of work it out myself as well, so definitely get yourself a separate bank account because this makes everything easier to calculate, so you can see all your incomings, all your outgoings, and everything is just there rather than mixing it with your personal account. If you're just starting out, really don't recommend doing that because that's how it can get confusing. So definitely get a separate bank account, and if you can, if you're not confident with sorting out your own taxes and filing your own taxes and working everything out, find an accountant. I have heard that QuickBooks is very good at this. I haven't used it before, but anything that helps managing your taxes, I really recommend. Also, this applies to the UK. I'm not sure what it is like overseas, but as soon as you start your business, register your business ASAP. Whether you're making money or not, it is safer to register your business because otherwise, I don't know, there might be scary consequences. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to register your business with HMRC within the first 3 months of starting. And along the line of finances, you need to be aware that you get no paid holidays, no pension, no maternity leave, and just stuff like that, things that you have to be aware about and you have to plan for. So you just need to make sure you have the funds and the income and the savings to be able to live a normal life and have holidays and do whatever you want. It just requires a lot of saving and a lot more planning than it would if you were employed. Speaking of pensions, I recently researched into this because I was a bit worried and afraid that I had nothing planned for the future, no savings, no pension, nothing. So I did a bit of research and looked into it, and now I have a Penfold account, which is a pension plan for the self-employed. It's great. It's all run through an app. This is not an ad or a sponsor or anything. I'm just really happy about it, and you can set how much you want to pay in each month and you can change it, you can top it up, you can do whatever you want. So that's what I'm using now because I was scared of the whole lack of security thing, and I think that's one of the biggest things about running your own business that you don't really realize until you're in the middle of it. The lack of security can be frightening, so I really recommend to have at least 3 to 6 months savings in your account at all times, just for emergencies, just in case you need that security blanket. It's very important and will make you feel so much better and a bit more secure if you have that to fall back on. As a business owner, we have to wear so many hats, from packaging to shipping to customer services to designing to manufacturing, everything you can think about, social media. There's so many jobs we need to do. We need to do all these things and we need to think of things to make this easier for us, and social media can take up so much of our time. I spend hours, or I used to spend hours on Instagram posts and thinking of captions and hashtags and taking the perfect photos. But one thing I found that streamlines everything, that I don't have to spend so much time on social media, is automation. And I have tried to automate my emails. So I use MailChimp, you can schedule emails. So I'll set myself an hour at the end of every month or so, and I will plan my Instagram content. So I have a document that I will pop in here on Affinity Designer. It's probably not the best way, there's probably easier ways to do this, but I plan each and every photo, the captions and the hashtag for each image. and then I just export them all, copy and paste whenever there's a thing that I need to post, and that is done. So I do that once a month so that everything is sort of scheduled. I still have to manually post it myself. Like I said, there's probably better apps and ways to do this, but this is just the way that's been working for me for a while. When starting out my business, I said yes to everything, and I think another important thing that we need to realize as business owners is being able to say no. So in the beginning, I would say yes to every single project that came my way, even though they were not anything to do with what I usually do. So it'd be paintings of portraits, and I don't do portraits. And I would say yes to them, and I would charge really, really low. It would take me hours upon hours, and this just wasn't my forte. It took me too long. The results were average, I would say, at best. So you need to put your time and energy into what you're passionate about. Don't say yes to every project. If you don't want to do that type of work anyway, why would you put it in your portfolio? Because that's only going to attract more of that type of work. So have the power and the courage to say no. My next piece of advice would be you don't need a degree to be a freelance designer. I went to uni and studied graphic design. However, we didn't learn anything about running your own business, being a freelancer, contracts, invoices, sales, running a shop. We learned nothing. It was all about preparing us to work in the industry, in a business, or as an in-house designer, so working for someone else. A decent percentage of creatives and designers are freelance and work for themselves, but we learned nothing about that, and I think that's pretty common within the university area. You don't really learn much about industry. Everything I learned was through my job, my first job, and when I was freelance. So if you're getting that imposter syndrome and you think that you need to go to university, get a degree, no, you don't. No one has ever asked for my degree certificate. No one cares. They will look at your portfolio, your body of work, the quality of your work. They will look at your shop to buy from you. They won't ask if you have a degree. Don't panic and think you need a degree to be able to be a freelance designer or run your own business. And speaking about running your own business and being a freelance designer, the thing I've learned recently is having a good online portfolio helps massively. So like I said, I run my own stationery shop, I sell stickers, I sell a bunch of things, but I also do freelance graphic design services as well. And before, I would just link potential customers to my Instagram and see all my work on there, or Etsy, so they can see the style that I have. However, I don't think this is a very professional thing to do, and I've recently learned that a separate online portfolio will help massively. It makes you come across as a professional, like you know what you're doing. It's a bit more mature, and I really recommend it. I am using Xero for my portfolio, and it was so easy to use. You can see my previous video, which was all about creating my first online portfolio using Xero. And I cannot believe how easy this was to do. It's a drag and drop format, and you need no coding experience. Although I dabbled in coding when I worked at my full-time job and a bit in uni, I've kind of forgotten most of it, and I didn't need to use any coding whatsoever, so anyone can use it. It's so easy. I'm still working on my portfolio. I need to add more to it, but it looks so much better than showing someone my Instagram. They also have 24/7 support, and it's the cheapest website e-commerce portfolio website builder that I have seen. You can also use my discount code CoconuTacha. I'll put a link down the bottom, and this gets you up to 72% off plus 3 months free with any yearly plan. So I really recommend trying it out, guys. I was very impressed. So having a portfolio, so important. Whether you're an artist, illustrator, designer, a professional, online portfolio just makes you just more trustworthy, professional, mature, reliable. Yeah, I shouldn't have used Instagram for as long as I did, so learn from my mistakes. Another thing that I didn't realize before starting my business that I wish I kind of known was about networking. Sometimes it's about who you know rather than what you know. In some circumstances, it can really help to know, just to get out there and to network and to meet different people from different backgrounds and different businesses and seeing how you can collaborate with each other. So I used to go to these networking events and I really miss them. I'm hoping they're going to start up again soon. And I met so many like-minded creatives and it just made me feel less lonely, and we could chat to each other about all things business and stuff we had in common, because running your own business can be very isolating, especially when you need to rant to someone that, you know, knows what you're going through. So I had no idea that there was this big small business community on Instagram until a few years ago, and it's opened up everything. Like, we chat to each other, you know, bounce ideas off each other. It's so great. I really recommend opening up your Instagram, if you use Instagram or social media, using those hashtags, finding other creatives or like-minded business owners and just strike up a conversation, just start talking to them, because the community is one of the biggest secrets, I thought, and something that I really didn't know about. I just assumed that when I was going into business that I would do this all by myself. I just thought, yes, I'm doing this alone, I can do this alone, yeah, go me. But yeah, no, the community is a big part. It opens so many doors. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and get chatting to people. You never know what type of opportunities may arise from chatting to people. You may gain more clients, more contracts, more work, or just more friends. So those are all my tips and little secrets and things that I didn't find out until after running my business. I put up a little box on my Instagram to ask others what they found out after starting their business that they wish they knew before. So I'll just go through some of the responses for you here. So we have, you work and think about work 24/7 and find it so hard to have a break. Yes, I think I struggled with this more in the beginning, when I was first starting out and I really wanted to push it, make a go of everything and just go for it. My business was all that I was thinking of. I found it very hard to switch off. It's constant. Your brain is constantly thinking about it, but because it's your passion, work doesn't really feel like work sometimes, but yeah, it's quite hard to find balance. It's very important to connect with like-minded, yes, like I said about community, and finding people on Instagram or social media and just connecting with everyone helps massively and makes you feel less alone. Your time management has to be in 1000%, yes. As someone who makes to-do lists and stationery and calendars, my time management could be better. However, I have got the little puppy now, so my time management is out the window. Admin is 50% of the job. Don't underestimate it. Yes, I would say more than 50%. I would say more like 85% of the job is admin. Like, I'm a designer and a creative, but most of my time is spent on emails and customer service and getting back to people and making sure social media is running well and prepping advertising and just, yeah. How lonely it can be and all the finance stuff. Yeah, so the loneliness is a big thing. But like I said, find people on social media, connect with those individuals. Even if you get regular or constant sales, it still doesn't mean you make a lot of money. Yes, that could be true, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into your finances, such as your materials, your packaging, the shipping, and that, you know, comes out of your profit. So for example, £3 stickers on Etsy, I probably make about 50 pence on those in the end because of Etsy fees, the materials, tax. Yeah, there's some things that just don't seem worth it, but I enjoy selling those type of things anyway. Work-life balance is very hard. You never really switch off. Yeah, I think this is something that everyone struggles with, so you're not alone. And how much packaging is necessary? That's true. Actually, I've bought a lot of packaging in the past in prep for something that didn't sell that well, and I've also bought not enough packaging for something that sold way better than expected. So it's very hard to judge how much packaging you need, but I would say you can never have too much because you will always find a use for it in the future. So yes, those are my little tips and little secrets and bits people don't really talk about in the business world as much as others, I guess. I hope you find something valuable in this video. I hope you found it very useful. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end this little video now and go take care of my puppy. Wish me luck. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful and I will see you soon.